Action.
Let me get you to clap one more time.
Action.
Who are you?
Well, my name is Janvi. I look myself as a joyful, grateful, and imperfect individual. And I hail from Mumbai, India originally. And right now I'm based in Atlanta. And who am I apart from that? I am very passionate to encourage, inspire, and bring a kind of a sustainable and regenerative lifestyle among people, get the community together, and leave that legacy when I leave this earth.
So, what was your childhood like? What were some important lessons that you learned then that you carry with you today?
Oh, a lot of important lessons. But beyond that, uh, my childhood has been happy. A lot of learning lessons right at the childhood itself. A very important one was to be kind. Um, I share a big age gap with my parents, like 40 years. And growing up with that, I had to grow up early and to learn to look at them as individuals first rather than just as parents or putting them in question all the time. I had to take a step back and connect with them as individuals first. So that was my very first learning to be kind to myself and to the immediate people, my parents, my grandparents that I share the home with. I feel very grateful to grow up in a very community space uh, as a family and even as surroundings as well. Like I would say, I had amazing friends growing up. Even their parents considered us as their own. So a lot of times I learned a lot being in others' house and not feeling as the other person, but learning a lot from how they lived, the kind of food they ate, the kind of culture, the way everyone's house smelled, so different. And that kept me thinking, like, we all are different, but we are all as one together. So, the most memorable moments I have are with my grandfather, my mom's dad, and my grandmother, my dad's mom. Growing up, the kind of fun and the kind of openness I felt with them, sharing everything, learning from the stories growing up. Um, yeah, like the complaints I always had that I couldn't get more time with my parents. I am more grateful I got more time with them, my grandparents growing up. So, yeah, that's about it about my childhood and all of those things. I still feel like, all those lessons I can go back all the time and they also make a lot of my present at this point. So, yep.
How does a flower grow?
How does that?
How does a flower grow?
Flower blooms, I feel. It doesn't grow. Like, I love planting and I observe every bit of it. When I pour in a lot of love every day to that plant, I've seen the flower blooming in a very different way. Whereas when my energy has been hurtful, or when I'm hurt and I'm putting, watering the plant with that, I've seen a flower die. So I feel with that metaphor, I feel a human blooms and a flower blooms. It doesn't grow.
All right, I'm going to ask you to give me a number between 1 and 100.
30, because I turned 30 this year.
Happy belated.
Thank you.
What's one thing that most people always misunderstand about you?
Wow. That's a deep question. According to me. Now it's according to my perspective. I feel what others misunderstand about me. Um, is that at times I do not share enough, or I am a loner, which I am not. It's just that uh, when I am anxious or when I don't understand quite a thing, I tend to be myself, which is a safe space. Like for others, it feels that I have closed up. For me, it feels that I'm having that space where I can reflect more and I can understand myself more. And I feel safe that way. And that's also because I've been that way since childhood. So that has become my safe space. So it's not that I'm closed from you, it's just that I just want to reflect more and not react in a more bitter way with you to make things worse. So, yeah.
All right, give me another number between 1 and 100.
Mm, 70?
Tell me about the time someone broke your heart.
Now that I've healed from it, I feel more that it was me allowing my heart to break because someone was being themselves. And it wasn't once, it was many times. I feel like, I would say it was today. Like, especially when, to be more open here, I go through a lot of PMSing every month. And most of the times, I do have that expectation that my better half would treat me a certain way or understand what I need or feel at that point of time. And when it doesn't happen in that moment, I feel a very different kind of disappointment. And there's this thing that, okay, from here on, I don't want to ask or I don't want to do things a certain way. I'll just take care of myself. And after I get a time to reflect, I get that feeling that the other person is just being themselves. And it's just for me to come up to a middle term rather than taking all at myself and feeling that sadness or breaking my heart. So, yeah.
All right, one more number between 1 and 100.
Mm, 66.
Are you a religious or spiritual person? Tell me why and tell me how.
Okay. I consider myself more as a spiritual person, though religion has played a big role in my life for good. And I see religion as a stepping stone towards spirituality. For me, to explain myself better, I belong from a Hindu religion, which I think is not actually a religion, but the way of thinking and being. And from my religion and spiritual upbringing, I have learned to question and reflect a lot. So that's the way I look up spirituality as well. A lot of faith, devotion, and action. Um, and having devotion and faith in action, and vice versa, in everything. So that's how I look at spirituality as well. Like, I believe there's a creator. I believe that's the same energy flowing into each and every individual. And the more and more we get centered, the more and more we can feel connected and blessed and pass on that energy through us. Like, be like an instrument for that energy and be our unique selves through that. So that's something I learned from spirituality, and something to be more humble, kind, to be able to love, to be able to learn to surrender, knowing that there is the highest energy. um, and with religion, I have learned, the religion can play a big role into providing that platform to for every individual to be more spiritual. So I feel I wouldn't twirl myself within the religion bias, but I'll take a step ahead to be spiritual every single day. So to be a better human every single day. And this also dwells back from my childhood. Like, my grandpa, he used to ask us at the very beginning. I remember I was 6 years old when he first asked me, like, who am I? And he kept asking me again and again. And every time when we meet him, the first question he's asked is, who are you? Like, who am I? And that has been a very spiritual path for me, to keep questioning who am I till all the layers are gone. And I guess it's a learning lesson And it's a very learning thing for every single day.
How do you find meaning in your daily experience? What propels you through life?
Wow. I feel I just answered that question in a way, like getting to know myself better each and every day, getting an opportunity to be more kind, to make new mistakes, to learn from them, to experience life as a whole every single day. Like, I'm a nature lover. So even to get to see that sunrise and sunset, if nothing I do in the day, if at all I'm seeing that and being a part of that itself is a big experience for me. And in the night when I sleep, there's this one question that always comes to my mind. What one thing I did today to put a smile on someone, or what one thing I did today intentionally to be of any help to anyone? So that what allows me to wake up every day.
What has the experience of living been like for you to this point? What can people learn from your life?
Reflect, self reflect every single night, I would say, and keep evolving. Like, one thing that I can say, if anyone has to learn from my life, is keep evolving, take risk. Like, if you know this is something that you really want to do, give your best and just go for it. Like, whatever happens, accept it and go for it and keep learning through that. Always say a big yes to growing, to evolving, to learning, and to be kind.
All right, this is the big question while we're all here. Life is fleeting. We never know when it's our time. If these were your last words ever recorded, what would you say about your life and legacy?
Be kind, learn to love each day, take every day as a new beginning. And even then, if there is your last laugh, your last breath, make sure you have said enough of I love you to all the people you genuinely love. Express your love to people as much as you can and be yourself. Because even if you die the next moment, if you are yourself, there's no regrets. And this, I think, I learned from the life I shared with my dad. The last time he was in hospital due to COVID, the last words we spoke was how much we love each other, and that humor in life, that last bit of humor we had. And the next 2 days, he was gone. We didn't knew he's gonna go. He's gone. And I still feel he's here with me, listening to me right now, and still laughing. And but yeah, the only thing that helped me survive through that is we shared how much we love each other. Like, I have no regrets that we didn't say anything. We said everything we wanted to. The pain is going to be there because I'm not able to live that long life with my dad being in my presence. But I'm happy, one thing, that we expressed how much we love.
Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. This means awesome.